Oh yeah.
It's the final match of the group stages of the 13th World Military Women's Football Championship here in Spokane, Washington, as Canada gets ready to take on Mali. Hi everybody, bonjour to those of you in Canada or Mali. I'm Alex Gould. Alongside me, of course, is U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant Shelby Pruitt-Johnson. Merci, thank you for joining us here tonight. This is it, partner, the final match of the group stages. Canada searches for their first win and their first goal. For Mali, they search for their second straight win, which would be their second win ever in the tournament. Should be a fantastic match tonight.
Well, this is the game to do it. Canada is looking for that first goal. And here, like I said, the game to do it, the last final match of Group B in all the groups before the championships on Friday.
Let's take a look at the standings here and see where everybody is at heading in to this last match. Congratulations to France. They just defeated South Korea 1-0 on a 90th minute goal by Rachel Corbeau. All France needed to do, Shelby, was draw, and they got a big victory. What a match that was.
All the teams have been playing so well here for the entire tournament. The first week, the second week, we're rounding it out here. And the last game here for both teams is going to be exciting.
For Canada, right now, they're locked in the 7th place match. So if the standings were to stay the same, they would take on Ireland tomorrow at 9 a.m. If Canada wins, they can jump Mali here to potentially be in that 5th place match to play Germany. If Mali wins or draws, they will take on Germany in that 5th place match. But also, if Canada loses by 5 or more goals, they'd be in the 9th place match. So there are the standings as they get ready here for the CISM March. And hopefully we'll get to those highlights in a little bit of the 1-0 victory for France. But we know who it is now, Shelby, in the gold medal match at 4 p.m. Pacific time. France taking on Cameroon. It's the quickness of Cameroon. It's the tactics and the style of France. That should be an amazing match.
I think everyone is going to be so excited to see those two teams, both, like you said, technical, quick, skilled teams playing and battling out for that gold medal match.
So who do we got here today? You see these little boys and girls holding the hands of Canada and Mali players. You see the refs in the middle. Again, one of the best pictures of the tournament. It is terrific to take a look. They are looking up to these strong, hard-working military women that defend their nations and defend the pitch so well. So we get ready for the national anthems for Mali and Canada.
And now the national anthem of Canada. Thank you. You may be seated.
National anthems there for Mali and Canada. Let's take a look at the highlights of the previous match, the star-studded showdown between South Korea and France. 0-0 going into the second half as we get ready for the highlights there. 0-0. That's what it played to through the first half, Shelby. It wasn't until the 90th minute. If you wanted the drama, you got it in that last match. Rachel Corboz was able to ping one off the post into the back of the net, set up perfectly by Tivillon and Belkacemi. That was the difference that sent France to the gold medal match.
Both teams coming out with such passion forward to get to that gold medal match and the bronze medal match there. And they each equally had enough shots, but France just took it home there in the 3:30 match earlier today.
A couple of amazing saves, and that was the goal. You saw it right there. Rachel Corboz, the difference in the 90th minute. What a win for France. Taking a look at the referees today in this match, the final match of Group B. The head referee from Cameroon is Thérèse Zoua, and then the assistant referee also from Cameroon is Josiane Bakop. Another assistant referee from Germany is Tobias Kusiski, and the fourth official from Ireland is Jonathan Hennessy. All right, let's take a look at the starting 11. First for Canada under head coach James Lundy. Melanie Arsenault stepping in again as the manager today while Lundy is out. You see Caroline Wood is the keeper today, not Hogg. Left back is Kim O'Rourke. Left center back is Kate Fun. The right center back, Katie McCaskill. And the right back is Claudia Rousseau. Two holding midfielders today for Canada, who's in a 4-2-3-1. Michaela Talbot on the left. Amanda Courtois von Spite is on the right. The left wing is Ermili Cote, and then the attacking mid is Emma Perry. The right wing is Paige Campbell. Center forward is Kaylee Carlisle. And let's take a look at Mali's starting 11 under head coach Omar Sibi. The keeper is Fatoumata Karantao. The left back is Fanta Konati. The left center back is Umu Tangara. The right center back is Farima Toure. The right back is Fatoumata Karambe. It is a 4-3-3 for Mali, so three midfielders. The left mid is Binta Diarra. The holding mid is Mariam Kita. The right mid is Fatoumata Giara. And the three attackers for Mali today. The left wing is Utenen Bagayoku. Center forward is Umu Koni. Koni, who had 2 goals and an assist and on the win the other night against the Dutch. And the right wing is Nana Giara, rounding out the starting 11.
Both teams look so excited here out on the field, coming out loud and proud with their chants, and then coming out here and clapping hands and making sure that Canada is motivated to get a goal or their win here of the first time in this tournament.
91 degrees Fahrenheit, 32.8 degrees Celsius. It is hot here in Spokane yet again. Obviously, around the second half, you'll get some clouds. You get a little bit of shade once the sun goes down beneath the trees. But staring in to the sun is Caroline Wood in the first half, is Kaylee Carlisle with the first touch, and we are underway. 7-hour time difference in Mali, so it's 2 a.m. in the morning. Really appreciate you staying up late with us to watch these women work and do their job out on the pitch, trying to win the second match ever. It's Binta Diarra there, Umu Koni. But maybe you're here on the western part of Canada, about an hour and a half from the Canadian border. That ball is going to be corralled by the keeper and Caroline Wood. But maybe you are near Montreal or Kingston, Ontario, which is where one of the bases is, where this Canadian team practiced. And in that case, it could be 10 p.m. at night. So maybe you're staying up a little bit later, even though it's a work night, and watching these brilliant Canadian women do their thing on the pitch. This is Kim O'Rourke, the left back. O'Rourke finds Emily Cote. Cote tries to make a move, a little nutmeg there, was looking for a teammate in Emma Perry, but couldn't connect the pass. So Mali started off the tournament, lost 4-1 to South Korea. They also lost 5-1 to France. They played down a woman much of the second half in that match, but won their first ever match against the Netherlands 3-1. Umu Koni had 2 goals and an assist. And then Fatoumata Diarra added a goal late in that match in additional time to give Mali some breathing room. There is Coney. So lethal, so tough. Coney, nutmeg, could be a chance. Umu Coney, a sliding stop, but look at that. Diarra is there, but it's stopped by one of the members of the back line for Canada. Boy, how about that? Looked like it was Rousseau. Actually, it looked like maybe it was number 12, who we don't have on our sheet right now. Trying to figure out, so number 12 would be Kate Costello. So Kate Costello into the mix there. I mentioned Fung was a starter, but instead it is Costello who makes the kick save there, acting as the keeper, Shelby.
Talk about having each other's backs. Even the Mali team had that deflection and was able to make a second touch on it, but then Costello being back there and being able to help her teammate out as well, Caroline Wood.
So it was initially stopped by Caroline Wood, and then Costello acting as the keeper. Canada's back line has been so good and so tough to score on. France, who just wound up beating South Korea to go to the gold medal match, it took France 62 minutes to score against Canada. And I know a lot of their strategy was to hold about 6 or 7 back, hope that you got a counter opportunity if you were Canada. But their defense was stout. And also, too, they tied 0-0 against the Netherlands. So they went a long time without allowing a goal. It was 150 minutes to be exact. Good move here on the outside. That's Utena Bagayoku. Dispossessed. Here's Diarra. Plays it out wide here to Fatoumata Karambe. There's Binta Diarra.
Slowing it down here is the Mali team, passing it back to the defensive line and setting up again for an offensive just like this.
Lieutenant Bagayoku. Actually, that's Fatoumata Diarra. Fatoumata Diarra inside the penalty area. Binta Diarra. Canada clears it away. 5th minute here, 0-0 between Mali and Canada. And really glad to have you guys with us for this match. As we talked about, if Canada wins, they'll be in the 5th place match taking on Germany, because they would finish with 4 points. That would be ahead of Mali and the Netherlands. If Canada loses, if Mali wins, or if this match ends in a draw, Mali would be in the 5th place match against Germany. There is a chance that Canada could play in the 9th place match if they lose by 5 or more. Caroline Wood gets to it first. And as a reminder, we've talked about it, but our crew has done a fantastic job. We will be setting up for the bronze medal matches as well as the gold medal matches. Here's Umu Coney. Umu Coney tries to find her teammate there, and Nana Diarra. It is poked away. Last touch by Nana Diarra, and it will be a goal kick for Caroline Wood. But we will not be streaming. There will be no YouTube, no Facebook, no Twitter. We will not be streaming for the 9 a.m. matches tomorrow, which is the 9th, 7th, and 5th place matches. So apologies to those of you in Mali and Canada, but our crew will be setting up for the bronze medal match at noon Pacific time, and then the gold medal match at 4 Pacific time. And Shelby, we keep talking about it. We wish we could. We just don't have enough equipment because we got to get ready for those 2 matches.
I have a feeling, too, the teams that play these matches at 9 a.m. are going to take a little bit of a break, maybe get some lunch, and then be here to watch in person the bronze and the bronze and gold medal matches.
That shot was by Binta Diarra. But the save for Wood. It might have been a little bit off the mark, but Wood, making sure of it, made the save.
Wood's parents are in Nova Scotia, and they are actually watching all the games from home. So shout out to the Wood family watching from home.
Ball here on the near side, and a good closeout there by Ahmed Likote. How does Canada get their first goal here in this tournament? Who does it come from? Where does it come from? How did they build this attack? Good ball here. This is Fatoumata Diarra. Diarra looking for a teammate. Diarra now into the penalty box. It's into the penalty area here, but Nana Diarra was not able to control it.
Great pass through the defense of the Canadian team.
This is Utenen Bagayoko. Utenen Bagayoko gets it to her teammate. That was Nana Diarra, and a great clearance there by Claudia Rousseau. Michaela Talbot, an S3 in the Navy from London, Ontario. One of the holding mids for Canada. Umukoni, who had two the other day, kind of dribbled in front of herself. She was so quick there that she out-dribbled her own pace.
Great control there by the Canadian defense, just slowing it down and getting it up, making those passes to give the offensive line a chance to get forward.
See, those are the things, and that was actually a good attack there. Good string of passes, but Canada was not able to string together that one pass in the middle of the pitch. Talbot was looking for Emma Perry.
Talbot, she actually plays at Tiffin University NCAA Division II in Ohio, which actually is not that far from where I'm from. She's going into her third year at Tiffin University, and she's studying accounting. This is her first CISM experience.
Where in Ohio were you born?
Norwalk, Ohio.
Norwalk. Nice.
About 40 minutes away from Cleveland, right by Lake Erie.
Good ball here. Could be a chance. Keeper's out. It's punted in the air, and it's wide of the mark that time by Fatoumata Diarra.
Diarra, actually, she played in the 2018 African Women's Cup of Nations. She played 5 matches and scored 3 goals within those matches, playing for the Mali national team now and playing right now with the Mali Military Armed Forces team.
I like that attempt there from Mariam Kita. Keeper was well outside the 6. It was wide of the mark. So Tiffin University and Norwalk, Ohio, 35 miles away. We were talking about it. Not far at all. Tiffin University is a little bit west, a little bit southwest to where you grew up.
Small world.
Looks like you weren't far from the water over there.
Not right by Lake Erie. I would say beautiful Lake Erie, but not as beautiful as the lakes out here near Spokane.
There's the first whistle of the match. That's Fanta Konati. So Konati was called for the foul.
Oh, nice pat on the back there to the teammate. Make sure she was good to get up.
That's Rousseau. Takes it with the left foot. Cleared away. You got to be careful of Umu Kone. Cannot let this happen. Umu Kone looking for the first for Molly. Kone dribbles around the keeper and puts it into the back of the net. Boy, you cannot let that happen because Umu Kone will make you pay. She had 2 the other day against the Dutch. Also scored the first ever goal in the tournament against South Korea. Her first of the match. Molly leads 1-0 in the 13th minute.
Dribbling around, she had 1, 2, 3 Canadian defenders on her back, trailing her through that score right there. Just having the calmness, although you have those defenders on your back, to push past it there, past the goalie.
So Umu Kone now with her 4th goal of the tournament. So taking a look at the leaders, Kone is now tied for 3rd on the tournament. And we will talk about those goal-scoring leaders coming up in about 10 minutes. Taking a look at the updated leaders now that Kone is in the top 3. Kaylee Carlisle goes down, and a foul is called by the head referee there in Terezua.
Carlisle won the Pitt Porter Award, which is for leadership, academics, and athletic excellence in 2019 upon graduating the Royal Military College. What an achievement there for Carlisle, and then to be here playing today.
That is a big deal. Can Michaela Talbot here set up Canada's first goal of the tournament? Talbot, liner, headed away, and now you got to be careful of the counter here. Got a 5v5 here. Umu Kone just scored the first. Pinta Giara. Giara goes to get it, but it's a handball.
Another nugget about Talbot. Both her parents are high school teachers, and she is the oldest child of 3. She's got 3 younger brothers. Oldest child of 4 then.
That was quick math by you then.
Math was never my strongest subject. Neither is talking, obviously.
Here is Uten Bagayoku. This is dispossessed. Canada looked for the counter. That's Binta Giara, but couldn't connect to Umu Kone. Here's Kaylee Carlisle on the far flank, but surrounded by 5 yellow jerseys there. Carlisle still has it. Carlisle crosses one in, but no one was there for Canada. Here is Talbot. Talbot tries to find a teammate. Flag stays down. Could be the first for Canada, but what a save off the right foot of Cote. Boy, what a save there by Fatoumata Karanta'o. Oh, it's not going to get any better there for Cote. But give credit to the keeper and Karanta'o who made the save. See if we can get a replay of that. So Emma Perry getting ready for the corner kick here. What a ball by Talbot, and that was the correct call. You can see the defender back there. Cote was on. Chance for Talbot, who couldn't control it there. Boy, Canada had a ripe chance, Shelby. They couldn't connect.
We've got some time here in the first half for Canada to redeem themselves here and get one in the back of the net.
Give a lot of credit. Nice nutmeg there by Kone, but no one was there. Give credit to Karanta'o. What an amazing save with the right foot. Just got to think. It's not easy to score, and Canada's trying. to find a way. As the head coach there in Omas Sibi couldn't believe that Mahram Kita took that chance. It just hasn't been easy for Canada to score, and that was the best look they've had all tournament. And the Mali players were asking for offside, but no, that was the correct call. Kote was on. Here's a chance, Fatimata Giara. Coney couldn't control it.
I think that's the perks of having 7 cameras here on the field. We really get the real deal look at everything that's going on the field.
So Canada played the 4-5-1. Actually, no, sorry, excuse me. They played the 5-4-1 formation last time. This time 4-2-3-1, so switching it up slightly. They have 2 holding midfielders, so they're still essentially playing 6 near the back. That's part of their style.
Well, I think a lineup like that, after playing the 5-1 in the back there, like we were talking about against France, shows a little bit of confidence, a little bit of strength there, and maybe a little bit of growth that the Canadian team is trying to get some experience and play the best game they can.
Yeah, I actually loved their strategy against France. They played some of the best defense we've seen against that French team, stifling France for 60-plus minutes. And I think what it was is the skills from France, but also the Canadian back line was gassed towards about the 62nd minute. France had 14 shots in the first half. They wound up putting up 30-plus shots in that match, and only 3 into the back of the net. So Rousseau, the free kick. Foul was called.
Rousseau has a spouse in the Army as well, and they are a logistics officer and worked in infantry officer for the last 3 years. You know, something that's catching my eye more than the beaming sun here in the booth. Well, actually, it might be this play here.
Nana Giada couldn't find Binta Giada, and it's cleared away.
Something that's catching my eye is that big Canadian umbrella right across the bleachers from us over here. What a big fan over there, and then nice shading, too, for the sun that is just beaming in the booth.
And you got to think if one of these players, if not some of these players, are maybe near Vancouver or somewhere on the west side of Canada, it's not that far. Could drive it. Of course, short flight. There's a foul. So that's a foul on Lieutenant Bagayoku.
And Wood taking the kick.
Good touch on the ball there by Nana Giada. Binta Giada, Umu Koni. And 2 players collided for Mali. Umu Koni still has it. 2 players there collided for Mali. That was Fatimata Giara and Lieutenant Bagayoku. Otherwise, Mali could have had their second potentially. At least a really good look on frame. That works out as a pass, even though that was a shot attempt there by Mariam Kita. And that pass too much out of the reach from Koni to Bagayoku. So to be a goal kick for Caroline Wood. So Wood is in the Navy from Coldbrook, Nova Scotia. They have switched keepers throughout between her and Alex Hogg. Hogg was, as I said, a ball hog inside the 6. She was phenomenal, made 10+ saves last match against France. Dribbling, not a great decision there. Boy, that was really risky. That time by Kate Costello. And able to get on the ball was Wood. Just talking about her.
Dribbling inside the 18, across the 18. Not always a good play, and definitely not with the pressure from the Mali offense right there.
So we're nearing the hydration break here in the first half. It was a 12th-minute goal by Coney, her 4th tally of the tournament. Good stop on the ball there by Fatimata Giara. Right foot try, and it's into the back of the net. Caroline Wood couldn't see it because of the sun. It's exactly what that was. That was Binta Giara with the goal for Mali. It is 2-0 here in the 23rd minute.
We've talked about it this entire tournament. That sun is deadly, and just missing it in the sun was Wood. Look at, and just being able to pass it back and come with pressure to shoot it in the goal. What a great play.
So Binta Giara with a blistering ball. There's the hydration break, and Caroline Wood, you got to think, Shelby, like we just talked about, lost the ball in the sun. She couldn't see it. She didn't react until the ball was almost past her. Never saw the strike. That's been the issue for the keepers who are looking into the sun in the first half here in these nightcaps. And I know it's frustrating, it's tough, and it's determined by a coin flip. In the second half, you'll get Fatimata Caranteo at least for about 20 minutes or so, who will also look into the sun, but it's a definite advantage, no doubt about it. So 2-0 Mali here, about 24 minutes in. All right, let's take a look at the updated goal leaders, and I know one of them is in this match here. She's now tied for 3rd place on the CISM Gold leaderboard. So Umu Koni got her 4th of the tournament, so you see there. So Tabe for Cameroon, she had 3 going into the last match, and well, if you missed that match, she's now got 8. So again, we talked about we're not good math students, but she had 5 in that match against Belgium. 5 in the first half. I don't know if I've ever seen that before in my life. Haley Robertson for the United States has 6. Then you got Paulison from France, Utley from the United States, Gernsbacher from the United States, and now Umu Koni, each with 4.
You have to think about the skill that each of these players have to be getting the numbers and to be getting to just score in almost every single game. Some of these players just phenomenal, and being able to have their teammates help them get to that number and to get 1 in the back of the net, or 2 or 3 or 8.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, Tabe with 5, and what's it called? What's 5 called? Do we remember?
A glut.
A glut. A glut. 5 is called a glut. I think a lot of people were like, he's got to be making that up, but you can look it up. It's a glut. It just doesn't happen unless normally, of course, when you get a blowout in a match, but normally maybe when you're playing AYSO soccer, it's what we play here in the States, or playing in the lower divisions, and so maybe you get that sometimes. But Tabe with 5, it was truly spectacular. Here's Kaylee Carlisle. Canada trying to answer that goal from Binta Giara. That's Paige Campbell. Good give and go between Campbell and Emma Perry. There's Campbell trying to find the head of Carlisle, and it will be a corner for Canada. Still looking for number 1.
Well, we talk about a lot of these girls having other interests than just football, but Carlisle, you know, kind of has something in common with the Belgian team, how they like to sing. Well, she is in the process of learning how to play the bagpipes.
So a corner here for Canada. They're trying to play the bagpipes, getting a goal. Michaela Talbot. It's deflected. Again, Canada just can't get it inside the 18. to Utenen Bagayoku, one of the forwards for Canada, with some good defense there. Kayla Talbot. Good ball here to Campbell, and it will be a throw-in for Canada.
Paige Campbell, number 3, a search and rescue navigator on the west coast of the Canadian border. It's a little exciting, I think. Kind of something similar to our SEER friends over here that they're staying in their dormitories on Fairchild Air Force Base.
Right foot cross, boy, what a big header that was. That was big time from Fatoumata Karambe. Otherwise, that could have been headed in the back of the net by Echmele Kote.
Great through ball there to Giara, Nana Giara.
Nana Giara, no keeper is in. Is it on frame? It's booted away. Not sure it would have had enough anyway, but Kate Costello got it out of there.
Nana Giara, almost the baby of the team. She's 19 years old, the youngest on the team, and out here really making her mark on the field.
So a corner kick here for Mali. This is Binta Giara, who scored right before the hydration break in the 23rd minute. Trying to set up a third for Mali. Binta Giara. Put it away by Talbot. Good move left to right. Blowing past Kote. Binta Giara. Not the way you want to try and clear the ball. Dangerous there from the Canadian back line.
Maybe a good look for Carlisle, just not the right pace or not as accurate as I think we would have hoped.
Binta Giara again. 1v1 with Kim O'Rourke, and a foul was called. For Binta Giara, by the way, that was her first goal of the tournament. Here's Umu Koni. Umu Koni, good save there by Wood. But right to Binta Giara. It's pinged off the right foot of number 10 for Mali. Rousseau, Emma Perry. Emma Perry looking for some help, plays it back. This is Amanda Courtois von Spite. Kick back to the keeper, and Carantau. So a throw in here for Rousseau. Canada trying to find a way here to build the attack. I know they're playing down 2-0 already. Just got to think, if they can get one into the back of the net, it's going to help their confidence so much to see that it can be done and to try and mount the comeback here against a tough Mali team.
Well, there's definitely time here in the match to hopefully get one and really hopefully to get two there for the Canadian team.
And also, too, another point of note, if Canada reaches, if they win this match, they were to come back. I know they're down 2-0, going to be tough, but they'd be in that 5th place match. Be one of the highest finishes that Canada's had since the field expanded to 8 or 10 teams. Umu Coney yet again blowing by Kate Costello. Coney on 3 Canadian defenders. Coney left foot try is blocked. Coney still has it. Pinta Giara, who scored the second, trying to stay upright. Right foot try and a goal, upper 90. Are you kidding me? Utenen Bagayoku with the third strike for Mali in the 32nd minute, upper 90. Painted it like Picasso. It is all Mali here in the first half.
It's very easy to get lost in the sauce there with that many players, that many touches on the ball right in front of the goal. But to have that poise and that accuracy of the upper 90, what a great job there.
Amazing from Utenen Bagayoku. She scored the goal against France when Mali was down a woman. They were down a player. So that's the second of the tournament for number 8. And Mali doing a phenomenal job here in this first half. That was one of those where I don't think that Caroline Wood could have ever stopped that shot. When you go up into that right corner, upper 90, upper quadrant, it is so hard to save. So Amanda Courtois on Spite is checking out. I believe this will be Katie Fung checking in. Yeah, so this is 15 in for 5. So Courtois on Spite is out and Fung is in.
Canada, coming off the field, number 4, Jessie Leah Roberts. Coming on the field, number 13.
Boy, that was not exactly what Fanta Kuinani was trying to do there, so it's a corner kick for Canada. They moved up about 30 yards there. So Emma Perry to take the corner here for Canada. Canada still looking for their first. Emma Perry, right football. Keeper lost it for a second. Boy, that was dangerous. Karantao got back on it.
Emma Perry is the only member of her family in the Canadian Armed Forces, and her dad was actually her youth soccer coach for 8 years.
That's awesome. That's a good one. Yet again, this is part of the strategy here for Mali. It's such a great boot there by Karantao, who's looking for either 7 or 14. Matumata Giara as well as Umu Coney. Just so lightning quick. Umu Coney, right to left, left foot cross, and almost an own goal. But a foul was called. Caroline Wood wound up stopping it anyway, but yet again, Canada's, it's not the same backline intensity as we saw against France. A lot of it could be because they've only had 24 hours off and they were gassed against France 60 minutes plus into the match, but held strong for those first 60. Did not allow a goal, but they've allowed 3 here in the first half.
Getting the rest you need is absolutely vital, and you're right, the Canadian team, they were working so hard against France that not having enough time can be detrimental to your play, your team, even the coaches.
It also feels like right now for Canada, there's a little bit too much passing going on between the backs. The passes haven't been Very accurate, just like that. That's what I'm talking about. That was more from the back to a midfielder, but it was a pass that was about 4 feet in distance.
I think that could come in part to maybe a little bit of nerves and just trying to play with that quick pace that maybe you don't really need to do in order to make those accurate passes.
Fatimata Giara. This is Lieutenant Bagayoko. Bagayoko keeps it alive. No, she did not. That was past the touchline. So Mali, who got a tough draw to start. And I'm not saying they would have beat France or South Korea, but they had to play France and South Korea the first 2 matches ever in this tournament. So you just wonder if this Mali team got a chance to play Canada or the Netherlands first and second matches, where they've had a couple of matches under their belt. Maybe they would have had a better time against France or South Korea. It's not automatically the case, of course. But don't forget, they were up 1-0 in the 5th minute. Umu Kone scored a goal against South Korea, but then wound up losing 4-1. And France, they were down 2-0. They got a goal by Lieutenant Bagayoko. Down a woman. You just wonder if they would have played France with 11 players the entire match, Shelby. Could have been a different outcome. Because I've liked what we've seen from this Mali team in the last 2 matches.
Well, like we've been saying over and over again, this is the very end of group play, so they've had time, all the teams have had time to really get their legs, get a feel for the field, the atmosphere, the team itself, the other players, and so now they're really playing their A game, whereas at the beginning of the tournament, they're new, the team might be a little bit new to the area, just traveled a long way to get here, so it's a little bit rocky when I think you first start coming out on the field.
Good ball here. This could be dangerous. Lieutenant Bagayoko, who just scored the 3rd. Umu Kone. Umu Kone into Giara. Right foot try and over everything by Fatimata Giara.
We talked about Derek Wayne's birthday yesterday, the U.S. head coach, but the Mali team actually has 2 birthdays coming up next week. Number 3, Umu Tangara, she's going to turn 27 a week from today, so happy early birthday to her. And then Ajaratu DKT is going to be turning 20 on the 25th, next Monday.
Happy birthday to those 2 women who are working hard in this tournament, work hard for their nation.
Maybe an early birthday gift if they come over here with a second win.
Absolutely. I mean, Mali has the chance if they win this match and hang on and win the 5th place match against Germany, which I think that'll be a very good match between those 2. Mali has the chance in their first ever tournament, Shelby, to go 3-2. They have 3 wins and 2 losses. That is pretty darn good. I know, of course, they want to come here and win the gold or at least get to the bronze medal match. But tough draw against South Korea, as we mentioned, especially playing those 2 nations first. But I'll tell you what, the African nations, just in this tournament, have struggled in the past. And so, the fact that Cameroon is playing for the gold and now Mali has the chance to be a top 5 team in the tournament, that's a big deal. Here's a good attack. This is Carlisle, set up by Kim O'Rourke. Carlisle, can she cross it? Good stop. Carlisle, right to left. Carlisle, left foot shot is saved by Karanta'o.
Good effort, though. They're passing it to her right, to her left, and making that shot on your left. And if you're not used to shooting on your left, it could be hard to make a shot that strong there in the offensive.
Carantao, how brilliant has she been in between the pipes inside the 6 in this tournament? He has made a lot of tough saves.
I think we've had a plethora of great goalies here, and Carantao being one of them in the tournament. Just great defense in the goal box.
Karambe. Here is Kita. Pinta Giada.
Kita, not easy to dribble between two players like that.
Good give and go there. That was Kunani finding Bageoku. So free kick here for Canada. A team that had 4 players join a couple of days before they left. I know a lot of them make up the back line. Here's Umukoni. Good interception there. That was Paige Campbell. We've said it before. If you can get Kaylee Carlisle in a 1v1 situation in space, she's dangerous. She's got the footwork. She's got the skills. Problem is, though, is then Molly swarms with 3 defenders, and it's really hard to take on 1v3.
Molly offense, though, on the other hand, they were doing a pretty good job when they have 2 to 3 defenders on them, just kind of dribbling around, showcasing their skills a little bit.
So 45th minute, looks like 2 minutes are going to be added here in the first half. Good ball there. Onside that time is Emma Perry. Emma Perry stops Carlisle, but it is intercepted by Tangara. Paige Carlisle, I'm telling you. Excuse me, Kaylee Carlisle, I'm telling you. As the flag went up offside, Kaylee Carlisle has some serious skills. And she's frustrated, as she should be, because she knows if she can get a 1v1 situation, she trusts her dribbling ability and the legs to get past her defender.
Carlisle is another player who has her parents and brother all high school teachers in the Upper Canadian District School Board. Lots of teachers here for the Canadian team.
Canada was doing a nice job there playing defense on their own attacking half. A lot of teachers, though, on this Canadian team. We always salute the teachers. We talk about saluting all these military women and what they do each and every day, but not an easy job being a teacher. My mom's a professor, and so it's still different from teaching younger kids or teaching high school, or whatever it may be. But when you come from a teaching household, you learn a lot. It's just cool to see the way that teachers shape a lot of these young kids. About 30 seconds left as Mali have one last attack in them here. Up 3-0 already. Can they make it a fourth? Here's number 4, Kunati. Meet the Giara. Out wide, Nana Giara. Giara stops, right, left, back to right. Nice defense by Fung, but Kunati is in there, and it's another goal. And I said Kunati, I meant Coney. Umu Coney with her 5th goal of the tournament. She pushes past 3 other players and is now alone in 3rd place on the CISM goal leaderboard. 4-0 Mali.
You can see her do a spin move almost, it looks like, around the defender to get it right past. Looks like Wood guessed a little bit wrong. She stood flat-footed there after her guess and made it in the back of the net.
So Umu Coney, yet again, another brace for her. That is her 2nd straight match with 2 goals. She's got 5. She's one away from tying Haley Robertson of the United States for 2nd place.
Spinning on the ball like that is not easy, and having the awareness to know if I take this and spin this way behind the defender, there's no one there and I can get a shot on the goal.
What a half for Mali, and now shall be another story. Canada's in danger here of playing in that 9th place match. Remember, if they lose by 5 or more, they would play in that 9th place match against Belgium instead of the 7th place match against Ireland.
Definitely something to be looking out for, and I know the Canadian team is going to go into the locker rooms and talk a little bit of strategy and see what they can do to come out harder and stronger in the second half.
2 goals by Umu Coney. She's now up to 5 on the tournament. It was 2 of 4 for Mali. They lead Canada 4-0 at the break. And guess who and guess what? Matt Hester sat down with these very Canadian players, Catherine McCaskill, as well as Kim O'Rourke, and found out about the endlessly polite country, if I can read here, that borders America's northern border. Take a look, and we'll be back for the start of the second half between Canada and Mali.
Space.
Canada as a country, it's beautiful. Lots of different landscape. We have mountains, we have trees, we have Arctic, we have oceans. Basically anything you could want, it's all there.
We literally apologize for everything. I think if you've ever watched like a movie and they make fun of Canadians, the fact that like we say like, oh, I'm so sorry, like it honestly happens all the time. Like I think that is actually the truest, funniest thing about Canada.
My team is great. They are all pretty much brand new to the CISM world. I've been really impressed with their level of commitment, not really knowing what they're getting into. And the Canadian team, regardless of who's here, we all fight and play for each other.
We are full-time service members. First and foremost, we come and we make soccer a priority in our lives to be competitive at these tournaments. There's so many different backgrounds on this team. You've got your people from the Air Force serving on the aircraft, servicing the aircraft. You've got people working on our land forces. You've got people working on our Navy ships, and in a variety of different roles, both full-time and part-time. How I would describe Canada is that like we genuinely like care about pretty much like everybody. Like we'll go in hard for a tackle, but afterwards we'll be the first ones to help you get up. Like we know that it's like, you know, we went in because we want to fight hard, but like we genuinely care about your well-being, and we're going to be the first ones there to help you back up as well, so you can keep fighting too. It's just kind of like, you know, you put on the jersey, you know what you're going out there to do. You're going out there to fight for your country. It's one of like the highest honors you can kind of have, both serving as like a military member in the forces, but also being able to put on the jersey and play the sport you love. So it's pretty unique in that way. So
shout out to, again, my husband, Warrant Officer DJ McCaskill, who not only is watching the kids now while I'm away, but also he picked up, you know, the extra duties at the house when I was at practices or games or just out training. And also his parents, John and Cherry McCaskill, who helped out watching the kids. And then my parents, since we moved to Ontario, Vic and Val Marasco, also helping out with our 3 wonderful but very busy children.
I would love to give a shout out to my husband, Captain Colin O'Rourke, for being so supportive of me throughout this journey to come back from having my 2-year-old son, coming back from pregnancy. It's a very difficult process because there's a lot of stuff that's happening. And my parents, Annette and Paul Archibald, for watching my son so I could be here and compete. So I'm very grateful for that. Yeah.
I'd like to say we are proud to be hosting this event here aboard Marine Corps Base Camp Pendleton. I hope that the opportunity to experience the U.S. firsthand through this competition will provide a better understanding, not only our culture, but our military culture, that you will be able to be exposed by engaging with the U.S. team. I will end my comments here by saying this event is now officially open. I'll let the games begin, and have a great first day of the competition. Thank you.
Start of the second half here between Mali and Canada. 4-0 Mali, thanks to Umu Koni with 2 goals for herself. And then also there was a goal by a couple of different Mali players. And those players, of course, are Utenem Bagayoku, who scored, and then also Binta Giara. So that is where we stand. At some point here during a goal kick, we want to showcase the standings and the rankings and kind of set the scene for this second half and what will it mean for every nation competing, as well, of course, Shelby, as these two right in front of us.
We saw at halftime a halftime show by the Spokane Surfs playing a little scrimmage, and what an inspiration it is for them to play on the field just like the Mali and Canadian teams here playing.
So here's Farima Toure. Mali, they know that if this result holds, they will be playing in the 5th place match. They could have dropped a place into the 7th place standings. And again, we'll get to that first goal kick of the second half. We'll showcase the graphic and talk about where everyone is at. Nice interception there by Michaela Talbot. Canada's still looking for their first tally of the tournament. But there's just too much passing between the backs. And we've talked about it from the midfielders back to the back line. So here's a throw in for Canada on the far flank. The final half of Group B, the final half of the group stages before the 9th, 7th, 5th, and then bronze and gold medal matches on Friday. So everyone gets a much-needed breather and a rest for 24 plus hours before we come back for the 2 big matches, the bronze and gold. But of course, it's really great, Shelby, the way it's designed that the other 6 nations get the chance to still compete in another match and also get the chance to play against another nation from a different group.
Also, I think it's nice the way that it's scheduled to let the teams who are playing that 5th and 7th and 9th matches, they get a chance to watch the bronze and gold medal matches, the teams that they've been facing throughout this entire tournament, and some of them have been rooting for these teams and getting to support them.
And that was inadvertent there. That was Kim O'Rourke, who banged a ball off of, it looked like, Mariam Kita. So while Kita's down, we will take a look at the updated rankings and updated standings as we come into the second half. This is a big deal here. So you see right there on your screen, Cameroon in the gold medal match, the United States is in the bronze. Germany is in the 5th place match, Ireland is in the 7th place match, Belgium in the 9th place match. Then in Group B, France with their big victory over South Korea, they're in the gold medal match. South Korea is in the bronze. So it's France versus Cameroon, the United States versus South Korea for the bronze. If this score holds, Mali will be in that 5th place match against Germany. And then here's where this could differentiate a little bit. If Canada allows another goal here and loses 5-0, Canada would take on Belgium in the 9th place match, and the Dutch, the Netherlands, would take on Ireland in the 7th place match because of goal differential. And those of you may be asking and saying, well, wait a minute. Canada would be minus 14, and the Dutch would be minus 14, and we drew against each other. Then how does it work out? Goals for. So goals for, and Canada has yet to score in this tournament. The Dutch have scored twice. So that is where we're at.
So you have to think if that's on the minds of the Canadian team here. They want to hold strong and not let another goal score, or just keep playing their game and try to get one in the back of the net.
I'll tell you what, it would really help if Canada could find the back of the net. Could be one right foot try and a save yet again by Karen Ta'o. What a strike by Paige Campbell. And yet again, how do you score on Karen Ta'o today? That is her 3rd spectacular save.
It almost looked picture perfect. I've seen that in so many professional games, the nice lean and being able to hit the ground without being scared of the ball at all.
Yeah, she looks so confident. Every time we've seen her make a save, it almost looks effortless. Makes it look so easy. And it's not. And she's staring into the sun. I mean, you can see over here, you can't see on your screen right now, but she's shading her eyes from the sun, and no problem on that strike by Campbell.
And Campbell not only enjoying taking shots on the goal like that, but she also enjoys mountain hiking, biking, and skiing. So really outdoorsy Campbell is there.
So 5+ minutes into this second half between Mali and Canada. It's been Canada. They've been the aggressors here in the second half. Now Campbell with that shot.
Well, a good halftime talking can really motivate a team and really just be the turning point for a team like the Canadians here.
And they stop these two. Lieutenant Bagayoku, and well, the referee is going to stop Bagayoku. That was the assistant referee from Cameroon, and Josiane Bakap. I think Carlisle thought a teammate was over there, but Paige Campbell was not in that spot. I actually like that idea by Carlisle. And the same player who was just down for Mali, it's Mariam Kita, is still down, and she may have to come off the pitch. She is hurt again. She just came back on. We'll see. She may not be good enough to go here in the second half. And a lot of it, too, it could be the heat, Shelby. I mean, it is hot here in Spokane. It's still about 87 degrees. It's getting a little bit cooler. See the sun starting to go down. Shade on about half the field.
But usually by now it's in the low 80s, I think, usually. And it's been a pretty hot day today, so I wouldn't doubt it if the heat is a factor here. Great header.
Good ball out wide. Paige Campbell could give and go there between her and Costello. And I said Costello, but actually that's Avery Stover. So it looks like Canada subbed at the half. So Avery Stover is into the match for Canada. Apologies, we were not told about that. But Stover, who did not start, she is into the match, trying to see who went off the pitch for Canada. It looks like maybe Emma Perry came off. Don't see a number 16 out there, so 10 for 16.
The Stover family is actually here in Spokane watching, so we were talking about not being too far from the Canadian border, but her family traveled down here, and it's nice that they get to watch her play in the last match of group play.
There you see it on your screen. Perry out, Stover in. Two substitutes checking in for Mali here in the second half. And you got to think one of the players coming off is Mariam Kita. And it is. So you see there, 18. So Jalika Kamara is into the match for Mariam Kita. So 18 for 17.
Coming into the field, number 11.
And then also coming on is 11 for 7. So Rokia Bagayoku is into the match for Fatimata Giara. So 11 for 7.
Good switching fields and sides of the field here for the Mali defense.
So I know a lot of teams got to get prepared still for one more match. And much like the schedule has allowed, it's very similar to what it's been. I mean, everyone, unless you get that 3-day break, Shelby, you're getting a 1-day break anyway. And this is going to be a foul, and that's the first yellow card. So a yellow card is going to get called on Angelica Kamara, who just checked into the match about 30 seconds ago. That's one way to be greeted. But talking about the schedules, you got either 3 days off, everyone got 1 3-day break, or you got the 1 day in betweens, 1-day breaks, because Group A would play 1 day, then Group B, and so on and so forth. Here's a good ball. Could be a chance. Avery Stover. Her parents watching. Avery Stover misses wide of the mark.
Good play up there through the middle, though, and some motivation for the Canadian team. You see them clapping there because that has been a few of the shots that they've had.
So good try there from Stover. It's wide of the net. But so everyone who is now getting a 1-day break, what are you doing with that 1 day? What are you doing tonight? Is anybody going out? Anybody checking out the Spokane town? So those are a lot of the questions. And because especially bronze and gold, I mean, every match matters, of course, 100%, but bronze and gold, right? So you wonder, Team USA and South Korea, and then Cameroon and France. What's going on tomorrow? Because you got to think a practice is in place, of course, and I think a lot of the focus has to be on those 2 big matches.
Well, I think, too, now that every single team has a day off, now it gives a chance for the entire 10 nations to get to hang out.
Binta Giara testing the keeper in wood, an easy save.
To get to hang out and really be with one another, whereas before, a lot of the teams, they had to worry about the game the next day, or they were super focused throughout the week anyways. So this kind of gives a chance for all of them collectively to have a chance to get together and have some camaraderie.
Good ball there by Stover. Ever since she came in, she's made a difference, but then Carlisle's dispossessed. But I don't know. Maybe all the nations are going to hang out as Umu Koni somehow finds it always. But at the same time, you got to think gold and bronze medal matches are a big deal, so I think there's going to be some 2-hour practices tomorrow, at least between those 4 nations, if not all 10. And then it's a matter of, are you going to Idaho? You know, are you going to the lake? What are you doing? Because you still got to get geared up for one more match. Good ball here. Chance inside the 18, and that is wide of the mark. It was deflected by Wood, it looked like. That was Nana Giara. And a good save there by Wood. Boy, that looked like an easy one there for Nana Giara, and then Wood made a brilliant save.
Whenever you're 1v1 with the goalie, it's a good day.
Here's Fanta Kunani. Lieutenant Bagayoku.
Great give and go.
Lieutenant Bagayoku, left foot, and who else? Make it a hat trick. Give Koni the hat, her 3rd tally of the match. And guess what? Move aside Haley Robertson because she has company. Koni has 6 on the tournament. It's 5-0 Mali.
In the 60th minute, goal for number 14, Umu Kone.
So Umu Koni with her 6th of the tournament, her 3rd in this match. ties the United States center forward, and Haley Robertson with 6 here in Spokane. So the only player that Coney now is looking up at is Tabe from Cameroon, African counterpart.
Maybe she too can get to the glut in the game.
Yeah, she's 2 away from the glut. She's 1 away from the haul, 2 from the glut, 3 from the double hat trick, and then when you get to 7, I don't know what happens after that. I also feel like they could have gotten a little bit more creative with 6 goals rather than the double hat trick. I feel like someone was like, all right, we're putting random names on this anyway, Hall, Glut. They could have gone with another random name rather than double hat trick. Keeper's out, left foot try, could be number 6 for Molly, and it is. That is a goal there by Nana Giara. Costello tried to get back, couldn't get back in time. And boy, that was a left-footed shot from about 38 yards out. It's 6-0 Molly here in the 61st minute.
You know, my favorite thing to see is the Molly team celebrating, so happy about all these goals, no matter how many they have already. Just so happy, dancing and smiling and hugging, and what a great goal to celebrate.
So Nana Giara with her first goal of the tournament. You saw Costello almost got there, couldn't get there in time. And you could see a couple of reactions there from the Canadian team. They know now that if they don't score at least twice here, they're going to be playing in that 9th place match against Belgium. Another chance. Coney looking for 4, looking for the haul, and a save by Wood. Coney off her back foot, didn't get enough off the right boot. You see her smiling there. I think congratulating Wood for a great save. She knows also, too, didn't get enough on the right foot. Domination here from Molly in this match. They made their mark against the Dutch last match, their first ever win, well on their way to their 2nd ever win, and will set themselves up for the 5th place match against Germany tomorrow morning. And that's a match that people got to come out for. I think Molly and Germany are evenly matched. Should be fun. I know Canada's down here. I understand that. But they've actually had a couple of decent attacking opportunities. Still got to find a way to get that first in the back of the net. At this point, too, Shelby, I'd go all out attack. You have nothing to lose. Maybe you find the back of the net. If you allow another goal, so what? This is what Canada's doing here, but that connection not made between Campbell and Carlisle.
Macaskill in the back here, she's working hard to make sure that the Molly team doesn't make it here on the near flank.
There's Stover. Couldn't control it. Boy, she had Campbell out wide and wide open, but couldn't get to the ball. But of course, I said that match between Germany and Molly tomorrow. We know it's on Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. But if you can get out here, Molly and Germany, that's a really solid 5th place match.
I think almost every match tomorrow, I think actually all of the matches tomorrow are going to be so well matched, and all of the teams are going to have, and I keep saying tomorrow because, you know what, we're not used to having this break here. That is yeah. So a lot
teams,
to us
listen,
today.
Teams are used to having a day break. We haven't gotten a day break, and so it's unique. I don't know what we're gonna do with our hands, with a day off. We're gonna sit there and, it'll be foreign to us, the fact that we will not be broadcasting tomorrow. So Rukia Bagayoku, by the way, who checked in about 10 minutes or so ago, had to miss last match because she had 2 yellow cards in the tournament. So good to see her back. Stover, Carlisle, yet again, 50-50 ball won by Umbo Tangara. Tangara trying to set up Coney. Coney blazing speed. There's Wood. Coney couldn't get to it, off the chest of Wood. Nice play by the Canadian keeper.
So calm, too, to chest it out of the 18, then not being able to use her hands, but just pushing it out to the outside to her defense to get it up.
Beat to Giara. It slips past to Nina Giara. Nina Giara. Chance and a good stop there by Wood. And I said Nina, it's Nana Giara. Said the name about 10 times. I think I could get it right. So 66th minute here. 6-0 Mali. Nearing that second hydration break as well here.
And much needed, right? We were talking about how much heat is coming from the turf itself, but then also just the heat here in Spokane and giving these ladies a much needed rest. The Canadian team, the back line, some much needed rest, and all the players some water that they need.
Lieutenant Bagayoku was looking for Rokia Bagayoku, and the Bagayoku connection was not there.
Costello with the interception there. Actually, Costello and Stover were co-captains in Royal Military College in their last year. So they played a little bit together.
So it's now nearing 3:30 in the morning in Mali. So a lot of people, of course, sleeping. But for those of you who have stayed awake to watch this, well, this is going to be the most dominant win in Mali's military history in women's football. Just been a brilliant display of ball movement. You see right here. Here's Fanta Konani. Also the keeper. And Karantao, I mean, Canada could add 3 goals in the back of the net. She's made 3 brilliant saves.
And not very often was she tested, but when she was, she made sure to stop any ball that was coming near her.
Here's Carlisle. We said she can make a difference. So quick. Carlisle has Stover. Chance here. Stover stops and I think maybe should have left it there for Kim O'Rourke. O'Rourke had a better angle. Boy, that was one of those where you had the momentum of O'Rourke jetting towards the goal. And Stover wound up taking that pass instead.
You know, I even think Carlisle probably could have took that herself if she would have made 1-2 more touches out to the right and slammed it in with her right foot. She had a little bit of time.
Good ball here. Hands for Jalika Kamara. Can Kamara keep it in? She can. But no one is there for Mali. And it's cleared away by Talbot.
Such speed by Kamara there. Sprinting down the far side. Looking for someone to throw it in. Nice pass back.
So here's Fanta Konani. Konani looking for Umu Koni. Koni already has the hat trick. Konani left foot try. Field goal is good from about, we'll say, an 18-yard field goal, but that's not what she was aiming to do.
Great one touch on the left foot there, though.
And there is the water break. So the final 20 minutes of this match, they'll get a quick water break. Canada and Mali will talk things over. So 71st minute, 6-0 Mali. A hat trick for Umu Koni. Again, showing the goal leaders. You see Tabe from Cameroon. But then Robertson and Koni now tied for second. So if Koni can put one into the back of the net, it would be her fourth of the match. And it would give her the edge over Robertson. She'd be one behind Tabe. She has been wonderful and sensational to witness here in this tournament, Shelby.
Well, it's really been a great game for Mali all around. We've seen a lot of play sequences and then just ball control and a lot of really great foot skills from the Mali team to get around the Canadian defenders.
There we are. I was looking at the monitor there. Surprise, here we are. Alex Gould alongside U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant Shelby Pruitt-Johnson. Really appreciate you guys joining us here today. Shelby, it's been an amazing tournament. I mean, we've seen so much talent out on the field. We've been so cherished to tell a lot of great stories and feel connected with those of you from Mali or Canada or wherever you may be watching. But a big shout out to our crew, of course, from the 2nd Audiovisual Squadron and Hill Air Force Base in Salt Lake City, Utah, for everything they've done to come together for one powerful crew with the 3rd Audiovisual Squadron and, of course, Joint Base San Antonio Lackland in San Antonio, Texas. I know you're a part of that Audiovisual Squadron yourself, but man, our crew, this is the 20th match we've done. We haven't complained one time. It's been brilliant. No place we'd rather be the last 2 weeks in Spokane, Washington.
Well, it really is about the people who are watching here today and any day that we have played and streamed this, though. But we read all the comments and we just appreciate getting to connect with you guys and letting you guys see the field and the players out here do what they love best and being able to represent their country and to represent the people back home watching.
It's a big deal. This tournament is a big deal, and I mean, it's been a pleasure. We talked about it. This group of us, of our team, 20-plus people, has not gotten a break, and again, we talked about it. It's like Groundhog Day every day, but the best version of it because we get the chance to tell these stories, and we get the chance to come to the pitch about 12:30 local time, 3 hours before the first match, then stay in a little bit later to make sure we break down and all that jazz. And so it's just been so fun.
Well, it's not very often that we get to cover sports like this and this magnitude and this level, and it has been fun. It's something new and a new experience for a lot of the people here, and getting to watch these players play this game, learning about the game, the people on our team who don't know anything about soccer, but then saying, hey, that actually looks fun, I enjoy watching the game. The camera operator saying, hey, I'm too busy watching the game to move the camera, right?
You know, those cameramen and women here, going to tell you, I don't know about that. Our crew has been spectacular, as that one's well off the mark by Rousseau. Kind of hit it on the wrong part of the left boot. So 74th minute, 6-0 Mali. It has been all Mali since the jump, since the start. Pinta Giara, Umu Koni. Umu Koni looking for the haul, and another save by Wood. Koni somehow with the blazing speed keeps it alive and then loses it. At times we've seen Koni, so you see the frustration there on the screen. At times we've seen Koni running ahead of her own dribble.
When you're that quick, there's so much momentum to be able to stop on a dime like that, and wanting to keep going faster to see if there is a deflection.
I also think there's times, too, that Koni maybe could take a shot before and maybe it doesn't need all the dribbling. I think could have taken a shot there from about 12 yards out, 14 or so. Instead, decided to keep on dribbling. Flag goes up. Konati was offside.
I wanted to take the time to shout out the Tupin family as well. They traveled down to Spokane to watch some of the CISM competition, so they're here and might not be watching from home and probably can't hear this at all, but shout out to them for coming and traveling this way.
You could legitimately shout it if you wanted to. They're somewhere over here.
Along with the Muska family, actually, they're watching from home. They're watching and supporting with the mom, dad, brother, and sister, and Lewis, spouse of Muriel.
Carlisle has a teammate in the middle, but Carlisle, again, too much dribbling that time. Kim O'Rourke was wide open in the middle of the pitch. Here's Campbell. Playing it back, and this is going to find the keeper. And Karantao. In case you missed it, France knocked off South Korea 1-0 in the 90th minute. Rachel Corbeau scored in the 90th minute. Beautiful setup by Belkacemi to Tivion to Corbeau's off the post and into the back of the net. It's one of the first times we've seen the post be friendly to anyone in this tournament. It bounced the right way. So France and Cameroon. Umu Kone. Good box out there by Costello. And this will be a corner kick.
You know, I keep looking for Coney to give some sort of sign that she may be tired. Her feet, her legs may be hurting. I don't see it. She keeps running. She's making those runs up there in the front every single time.
And I'll tell you what, I'm stunned more than anything. It's a great point by you that Coney is still in the match, Shelby. She has a yellow card in this tournament. You can't lose her for that 5th place match against Germany. Yeah, I'm shocked that Coney is still in this match. And maybe you tell her, don't be very aggressive. If there's a 50-50 ball, let it go in a spot like this. Player that's down here for Mali and some serious pain is Lieutenant Bagayoku. There's the whistle to get the training staff over here by the referee, Terezua.
As the training staff comes out here to look at her. And we haven't done it this game, but shout out to the training staff, the medical staff that is here with the teams.
Absolutely. They've been working hard and making sure that these women are okay and getting ready to go. You see there, July 22nd. That is in a couple of days. That is on Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific time is the gold medal match, or excuse me, the bronze medal match, and then 4 Pacific time is the gold medal match. So taking a look at the time zones, what we're going to be working with here. See if we can do some quick math. For the United States, they will be playing South Korea in that bronze medal match at 12 Pacific time. So some people will already be on the West Coast or on the western part of the United States. Then if you're on the East Coast, of course, that's at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And I'm not going to go through every time zone of the United States, but there's 4 of them. Then, of course, you get the South Korean side of things, where it's a 16-hour time difference, and so some quick math there. That's 4 in the morning for South Korea, so not ideal, but some people may go to bed early and wake up earlier to watch that bronze medal match at 4 a.m. in South Korea. And then for the gold medal match, what do we got? Cameroon's an 8-hour difference, so 4 o'clock, that would be midnight for Cameroon. And Cameroon, their viewership has been stunning to see how many people have been tuning in from Cameroon. So you know they're staying up late. That's going to be Friday night fireworks in Cameroon. They're staying up to the wee hours of the morning. And then for France, they're a 9-hour difference, so that's a 1 a.m. start time in France. I bet a lot of French people on Friday night going to be staying up as well to witness that match.
I'll tell you what, our team is going to make sure that everybody who is staying up late, getting up early for those matches, is going to get to see every little bit of the gold and bronze medal matches.
And that's a reminder, one last time, there will be no streams for the 9th, 5th, and 7th place matches. Not sure why I said in that order, but those matches will not be streamed. Again, we got to get set up for the bronze medal match at noon Pacific time. Now, a couple of subs checking in here for Mali. It looks like 12 and 8 are checking out. So that is Nana Giara, who is coming off. So is Lieutenant Bagayoku. So those two are off. Coming onto the pitch is Fatumata Kubili. So Kubili is in. And then also number 9. So that is Umuture. So Umuture is into the match as well. So getting some chances here. Also, Binta Giara, that's another key player for Mali, and she's got to be careful there. She just hit the deck. She's playing with a yellow card as well, not in this match, but in a previous match. A lot of Mali players here that are playing with some yellow cards from previous matches. The rule is you got to sit out if you pick up another yellow card. That's a rule that I hope a lot of people, that's a rule that a lot of people have hoped gets amended in the future and gets changed. I just don't see the point in you pick up a yellow card in one match and then 3 matches later you pick up a yellow card and you can't play in the final match of the tournament. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, sometimes it is tough to come out and play 3-4 games, coming out aggressive and trying to play physical, then being worried about those 2 yellow cards. Just some extra pressure on the players. Exactly,
and that's why it's not needed. I even think in back-to-back matches it shouldn't be the case. A yellow card is meant to be a warning. It's to say, hey, that play wasn't great. We don't want to see that again. There's 2 subs checking in for Canada, 4 and 13. So Jessie Leah Roberts is checking into the match alongside her teammate and Caroline Doyle. So 4 and 13 are in, 3 and 12 are off. Paige Campbell is off, and so is Kate Costello. But yeah, when you pick up a yellow, let's say you pick up a yellow card, Shelby. Let's play a what-if game. You pick up a yellow card in the first minute of your very first match. You have to be so careful for the final 89-plus minutes of that match, let alone the following 3 matches, to make sure you don't pick up another yellow card to where you have to sit out.
It's tough, and we know that these players are really doing what they can to get past the other teams to get to those championship matches. And being physical is one of the things that you need to do to show you're not scared of the ball and not scared of the other players you're playing.
Right, exactly. And so I think it takes some of the physical style out of the tournament. And so I remember a lot of coaches were talking about it, so they may amend it at some point.
I want to talk about Caroline Doyle, who just checked in for the Canadian team. She is, all 6 in her immediate family have served in the Royal Canadian Navy, and she's also an actress, an actress who acts in plays, films, and in festivals in her spare time. And she could probably talk better than I can, so we should probably invite her up here in the booth. But she's actually played soccer since she was 4, and her father coached her until she was 14. So a lot of daughter-dad duos coaching soccer, and my dad actually coached me for a long time, and I'll say that he was pretty strict when it came to a lot of the stuff, but I'm sure it's always nice to have someone who knows you better than you know yourself to coach.
Absolutely. I think you're doing a good job in the booth. I know that was a tongue twister because on the sheet it said actress who acts. And it's not easy to say. So I see where you got tripped up there. It's like slew of subs that I tried to say the other day.
I was just going to say that.
Beat you to it. Fatumata Kubili trying to add a 7th for Mali. All the space in the world. Didn't take the shot. Right foot shot is deflected and into the arms of Wood. That shot was by 14 and Umu Kone. So 86th minute, 6-0 Mali. And led 4-0 at the break. Added 2 here in the second half. Canada still looking for their first tally. Trying to do it here in the closing stages of the final match of Group B.
And I have some nuggets too about Roberts, number 4, who just checked in for the Canadian team as well. She also was music lead. She played the violin for 16 years and is in a band, actually. So that's pretty interesting there to have a little bit of the athlete and a little bit of the musician in there for you. Her fiance is a pilot in the Air Force, and she's a second lieutenant in the Army. So a little bit of, I mean, in the U.S., the Army and the Air Force have some, almost a shot there for the Mali team, but in the Air Force, the Army and the Air Force have some banter, some friendly banter between the branches, and I wonder if her and her fiance have that as well.
Did you ever take acting classes?
No.
Can you sing?
No. I'm very not as talented as these women out here today.
Very not as talented. Nice.
Remember when I was saying I wasn't good at math? I'm not very good at English either, or anything else, any other subject in school.
You know what? You're not giving yourself enough credit. I think you're very personable, and I think you have about 1 million friends, so I think at the end of the day, that's more important than math or English. Silence over here. You see, silence. Hey, guys.
Thank you for that.
Another sneak attack over here. That is senior airman Kevin Allen over there, who's just sneak attack with the camera.
They had to show me sitting in silence, looking at you like, who are you trying to kiss up to right now?
No one. I was giving you a compliment. I've never seen you do math or take part in an English course, so I can't talk about those two things. I'll just take you for your word that you're not good at them.
I'll tell you what, Roberts, who we were just talking about, graduated the Royal Military College with an honors in English.
Yeah, she could teach you a couple of things, you know? That would be good. Teach me a couple of things, too. So 89th minute, about to occur here in this final match. Canada, I know they're gassed. I know they're defeated, but you got to push. You got to try and find something here if you're Canada. See the two keepers there, Caroline Wood and Fatimata Karantao.
What you can't see is on the field, the Canadian team is communicating. They're talking to each other, talking about what we can do better, what I need you to do to help us get forward, how you can help me get an opening pass, things like that. And that's just really what this is all about, learning and growing and getting to know each other better as a team. So I like seeing that out there on the field when there's a lull in the action.
This could be something. That ball, not exactly what Umuturare was trying to do there. Had a teammate out wide. Couldn't connect with Rokia Bagayoku. So 90th minute, still waiting to hear about additional time, and there might not be any additional time. We're still waiting to hear. Here's Stover, but couldn't quite get to it there.
This Canadian team just not giving up against Mali. I mean, it could be easy for a team playing their last game in group play. Oh,
There's a foul on Rokia Bagayoku. So 4 minutes are going to be added. We will have 4 additional minutes between Mali and Canada, and then that is it. No more group play. It will be the first place of Group A between Cameroon and France in the gold medal match, so on and so forth. We'll go over the standings one last time before we sign off tonight at the conclusion of this match. And it's tough. We talk about it, right? When you're not as skilled as another team, it's tough. Just in that statement alone, but then when you're down 6-0 in the late stages, you haven't scored a goal in the tournament, it's not easy. It's not easy for Canada to keep their spirits high and push towards the end of this match. So we understand, right? You know, and I know they're not giving up. We're not saying that, but it's just tough. When you're down 6-0 in the match and you're down 4-0 at the break, it's really difficult.
And we know the Canadian team, you can tell they're being positive out there, still communicating like I was talking about a little bit earlier, but they always come off the field with smiles on their faces. They're always happy about something, finding the silver lining about a lot of these games, and that's what I really love to see about this team.
See the Mali sideline there. They are enjoying this. Soaking it all in here in Spokane. They've had a lot of fun here in this tournament. Had those first 2 losses, and much like a lot of these teams, first 2 losses got dominated by France and South Korea. They could have gotten down, Shelby. They could have said, oh boy, I don't know, this tournament's not going well. And they come back, they beat the Dutch 3-1. They come back here against Canada, likely going to be a 6-0 finish, barring anything happening here in the last 2 minutes. So 9-1 in their final 2 matches, and then have a chance to take on Germany. Germany, what an honor for Mali. Germany's been here since the beginning, since it started in 2002. That's going to be a foul against Mali there. There's a couple players collided. That's Rousseau for Canada. And it looks like that is Fatimata Kubili who's down for Mali. But Mali now gets a chance to take on Germany. That's a pretty cool match for them. I mean, Mali's first year ever, they have a chance to finish top 5. That's a big deal. Talking about how an African nation has never medaled, and I know Mali's not going to medal, but Germany has 6 medals, second most ever behind Brazil, who has 8. Germany has 2 gold medals and 4 silver medals, so that'll be a fun one tomorrow. Or not tomorrow. We did it again. And by we, I mean me. I did it again. There will be no football or soccer tomorrow. That'll take place at 9 a.m. on Friday. That'll be a great match between Mali and Germany. I think pretty evenly matched, too.
I mean, you say no football tomorrow, but like you were saying earlier, I bet some of the teams are going to use tomorrow as a day to kind of practice and hone in their strategy, their skills, maybe do some film, and check out what the other team's going to give them here in the championship matches on Friday.
Maybe our crew will scrimmage against each other tomorrow. Maybe that'll be the match, and we'll have someone stream it. John Zanone is telling us right now he's going to be the center mid tomorrow. And there's the win for Mali. They win 6-0 over Canada. The largest victory in Mali's history, their second ever victory in their world military history. Dominance, and again, the hat trick for Umu Kone. Boy, she's got 6 goals in the tournament, Shelby. She's going to be dangerous for that German back line.
Absolutely, and you can't see it now, but I know that they're going to be celebrating in their dorm rooms tonight with the other teams, and Canada too, just having some smiles on their faces. You know, maybe a little bit disappointed, but having fun out here in the CISM tournament and getting to meet all of these teams that they normally might not have had the chance to. And what a great way to end out group play.
So let's take a look. Now that the standings are finalized here, they're done. No more standings graphics. Cameroon and France. Not tomorrow, but at 4 p.m. Pacific time on Friday. That's the gold medal match. That's the one that everyone's waiting for. The quickness of Cameroon, the tactics of France. The United States will take on South Korea at 12 Pacific time on Friday in the bronze medal match. Boy, are those two pretty evenly matched there. Then you have Germany and Mali, as we just mentioned, in the 5th place match. That's at 9 a.m. on Friday. Will not be streamed. Ireland in their first ever tournament. They got their first ever win against Belgium. So big congratulations to them. We talked about them the other day. They take on the Dutch. They take on their European counterpart in the Netherlands, also at 9 a.m. on Friday in the 7th place match. And then the 9th place match, 2 nations looking for their first win of the tournament. Also 2 nations looking for their first tally of the tournament. All of those matches will go to extra time if it's tied after 90 plus minutes, and then if it's tied after extra time, they will go to penalty kicks. So somehow, some way, Belgium and Canada are going to find the back of the net in that match, and one of them is going to come away victorious.
Well, it's a bittersweet goodbye to some of the audience here from the Mali team and the Canadian team, because we won't see you again for the next matches, but we hope you do tune in for the bronze and gold medal matches and cheer on those girls who have been supporting the girls out here the entire tournament.
Yeah, thank you, merci, to those of you who stayed up late in Mali every single match to watch your nation make history, and now 2 times in this tournament. And of course, to all the Canadians out there, whether you're here on the western part of North America or you're in Montreal and maybe in Kingston, Ontario, we appreciate you guys and all the love from you. Final thoughts, partner?
We will see everybody on Friday.
Yes, we will not see anybody tomorrow. There will be nothing going on tomorrow. So 6-0 in favor of Mali. All the groups are done and the stages are set. France with their big win earlier over South Korea. They're in the gold medal match. We sign off and say bye to the Canadian fans and Mali fans for the last time in this tournament. We hope that you tune in for the bronze medal match and the gold medal match on Friday. Big win for Mali. Good night, everybody.